There is a hidden score inside Google that almost nobody talks about, and the sites that crack it shoot straight to page one while everyone else keeps refreshing their analytics wondering what they did wrong. And I'm not talking about backlinks. I'm not talking about keywords. I'm talking about something way deeper, something most SEOs completely miss. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to look at content completely differently. So here's the setup. A friend of mine runs a tiny niche site about home coffee gear, like embarrassingly small. He was stuck on page 3 for almost a year, getting maybe 40 visitors a day, and he was about to give up. He had done everything the gurus told him. He had written 2,000-word posts, he had stuffed in keywords, he had built a few links, nothing. Then one random Tuesday, he deleted half his articles, rewrote the other half with one weird rule, and 90 days later, he was ranking for terms he had never even targeted. His traffic went from 40 a day to over 4,000 a day. I almost choked on my coffee when he showed me the screenshot. Now, what was that rule? What's the hidden score? Let me explain. In May 2024, Google had a massive leak. Over 14,000 internal ranking attributes spilled out, and SEOs finally got to peek behind the curtain. And buried in that data was a signal called content effort. It's basically Google's internal AI looking at your page and asking one question. Could a generic AI have written this in 30 seconds? If the answer is yes, you're cooked. If the answer is no, you get rewarded, and rewarded hard. So the hidden secret, the real one, the one that flips the switch from page 3 to page 1, is this. You have to give Google something it cannot get anywhere else. Original data, first-person experience, custom visuals, named expertise, methodology you actually show, information gain. That word, information gain, is the magic phrase. It's the difference between a page that just rephrases the top 10 results and a page that adds something genuinely new to the conversation. Watch what happens when you get this right. Google doesn't just rank you higher. It starts to trust your whole domain. It expands what you're allowed to rank for. It pulls you into the AI overviews. ChatGPT starts citing you. Perplexity starts citing you. Grok starts citing you. Because all of those systems are hunting for the same thing: original, high-effort, topically focused content. The shortcut era is over. The effort era is back, but it's smart effort. And this is where most people get stuck. They hear original data and they think, well, I don't have data. I don't have a research team. I'm a one-person operation. And that's fair. So let's break down what actually counts as effort, because it's way more accessible than you think. Number 1, front load a real statistic, not a fluff stat. Something you measured, something you observed, something from your own customer base or your own testing. Even a tiny number like, we tested 47 espresso machines over 6 months, beats a stat you copy-pasted from a report. Why? Because you did the work. Google can tell. Your readers can tell. Number 2, put a real name on it, a real author bio, a real face, a real credential, not a generic about page that says, our team of experts, an actual human with a track record. This is wild, but Google literally measures something called Site Focus Score, which is how concentrated your site is on one topic. And it measures something called Site Radius, how far each page strays from your core. If your site is about coffee gear and you randomly post about crypto, you get dragged down. Focus tightens, authority compounds. Number 3, add custom visuals, not stock photos, charts you made, screenshots from your tools, a short explainer video, a diagram, anything that proves a human sat down and built this thing, not a bot. Custom visuals are a massive content effort signal, and almost nobody uses them. Number 4, show the methodology. If you wrote a list of the best blenders, show how you tested them. What were the criteria? How long did you test? What did you measure? How many did you actually try? Pages that make the process visible signal effort that templated AI content cannot replicate. That is a direct quote from the leak analysis, and it should be tattooed on every content marketer's forehead. Number 5, refresh with the 30% rule. This is the cheat code my buddy used. If you have an old post that is stuck, do not just tweak the date and change a sentence. Cut the fluff, add a new substantive section, swap in fresh data, rework the structure so it actually answers the question better. Aim for about a 30% meaningful change. Google tracks something called last significant update, and it can swing your rankings overnight. A real update, not a fake one. Now here's the part that drives people crazy. Doing all of this manually for one site for 50 plus articles a month is brutal. It burns you out. You start cutting corners. The quality slips, and then you wonder why the traffic tanks. So the smart play, the one I keep seeing founders quietly make, is to set up a system that does the heavy lifting on autopilot. You map out your topical focus, You do the keyword research once, the right way. You find the gaps your competitors are missing. You build a content calendar that targets the right clusters. And then you let an autonomous agent generate, optimize, and publish the posts in a way that bakes in content effort from the start. Original data prompts, author bylines, custom visual suggestions, internal linking maps, meta descriptions tuned for both Google snippets and AI answer engines. That's why I keep seeing tools like Nextblog pop up in founder circles. It is basically an SEO employee that never sleeps. It does the deep keyword research, it does the competitor analysis, it builds the calendar, it writes long form posts that are actually structured for both traditional search and the new AI answer layer, and it can push directly to your WordPress, your Shopify, your Webflow, your Ghost, your Notion, all of it, through clean API integrations. And because the output is built around the same effort signals Google is measuring, you skip the 12-month grind. You start compounding traffic like an asset instead of chasing it like a slot machine. I have seen a Shopify store go from 0 to 120,000 organic visitors in under a year using this exact approach. A B2B SaaS blog hit page 1 for 41 of its 50 target keywords in 6 months. A personal finance site in Spanish, that's right, 50 plus languages, outranked legacy publishers that had been around for a decade. None of these people are SEO wizards. They just set up the system, pointed it at the right niche, and let the agent do what humans can't do at scale. Be consistently high effort. So here's the takeaway. The hidden secret to page 1 is not a hack. It is not a backlink. It is not a magic keyword. It is content effort, topically focused, refreshed on a real cadence, and published with the kind of structure that both Google and the new AI search layer actually reward. If you build your site around that idea, traffic stops being something you chase and starts being something you own. Permanent, organic, compounding. Now I want to know, what is the one post on your site that you just know, could be 10 times better with a real refresh? Drop it in the comments, and I will tell you exactly which effort signals it is missing. And if you want the full breakdown of the content effort framework, plus the topical authority map I use for every site I touch, hit follow and turn on notifications. I drop the playbook piece by piece, and the next one is going to show you how to find the 30% update that can flip a page 3 post to page 1 in a single indexing cycle. You are not going to want to miss it. See you in the next one.